Hi, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we will be discussing the white matter of cerebrum. The cerebrum has both gray matter and white matter, the outer gray matter and inner white matter. The gray matter refers to aggregation of the cell bodies of neurons, and the white matter refers to aggregation of myelinated axons. In cerebrum, the gray matter is outside and the white matter is inside. In this video, we will be discussing a general introduction to the white matter of cerebrum. We will be discussing the classification, the names, and such things. In subsequent videos, we will discuss in detail individual white matter of cerebrum. Okay, now let's go into the topic. Okay, as I told you, white matter refers to myelinated fibers or myelinated aggregation of axons connecting different parts of the cortex or cortex to other parts of the CNS. White matter refers to myelinated fibers connecting different parts of the cortex itself or cortex to other parts of the CNS. This white matter is classified into three types: association fibers, commissural fibers, and projection fibers. Association fibers refers to fibers connecting different cortical areas of the same hemisphere. Association fibers refers to fibers connecting the different cortical areas within the same hemisphere. There are two subtypes: short association and long association. Short association refers to fibers connecting adjacent gyri to each other. Short association or fibers connecting adjacent gyri to each other. Long association refers to fibers connecting more separated or distant gyri. Coming to the long association fibers, we will see the long association fibers, the names of each of them. The uncinate fasciculus. This one here is the uncinate fasciculus. It connects the temporal pole to the motor speech area and orbital cortex. The next one is cingulum. The cingulum connects the paraterminal gyrus to the uncus. It connects the paraterminal gyrus to the uncus. It forms a circular shape. That's why it is called cingulum. The next one is the superior longitudinal fasciculus. The superior longitudinal fasciculus connects the frontal lobe to the occipital and temporal lobes. The superior longitudinal fasciculus connects the frontal lobe to the occipital and temporal lobe. The inferior longitudinal fasciculus. This one here is the inferior longitudinal fasciculus, which connects the occipital to the temporal lobe. And the last one is the fronto-occipital fasciculus. The fronto-occipital fasciculus is parallel to the superior longitudinal fasciculus It runs from the frontal to the occipital pole, but it is on the medial surface, that is much deeper to the superior longitudinal fasciculus. The next type of white matter is the commissural fibers. The commissural fibers refers to fibers which connect corresponding parts of the two hemispheres. We saw the association fibers are the ones which connect different parts within the same hemisphere. But the commissural fibers are the ones which connect corresponding parts of the two hemispheres. They connect across. The most important one is corpus callosum, which connects the cortex of two sides. The next one is anterior commissure, which lies at the upper end of lamina terminalis and connects the olfactory bulbs, piriform area and anterior part of temporal lobe of one side to the other. The corpus callosum connects one cortex to the other, and the anterior commissure connects the olfactory bulb, piriform area and anterior temporal lobe of one side or one hemisphere to the other hemisphere. Next one is the posterior commissure. This posterior commissure runs across the inferior lamina of the stalk of the pineal gland. The stalk of the pineal gland has an inferior and superior lamina. Our posterior commissure runs across the inferior lamina of the stalk of the pineal gland and it connects superior colliculi of one hemisphere to the other. The habenular commissure connects the habenular nuclei of one side to the other. It connects the habenular nuclei across and it lies on the superior lamina of the stalk of the pineal gland. The last one is the commissure of fornix, which connects the hippocampal formations across. The commissure of fornix connecting the hippocampal formations across. The third type of white matter is the projection fibers. The projection fibers refers to fibers connecting the cerebral cortex to other parts of CNS or the other parts of CNS to the cerebral cortex. They connect the cortex to the other parts and the other parts to the cortex. They run from cortex to the other lower parts of CNS and from other lower parts of CNS to the cortex. There are two subtypes, the corticofugal and corticopetal. The corticofugal are fibers running away from the cortex towards the other parts of CNS, and corticopetal are fibers coming into the cortex from other parts of CNS. In physics, you must have learned centrifugal and centripetal force. Yes, centrifugal force is the force which is directed outwards, and the centripetal force is the force which is directed inwards. Yes, the same way the corticofugal or fibers running away from the cortex to other parts, and the corticopetal or fibers running from other parts towards the cortex. Coming to the various projection fibers. The projection fibers connecting the neocortex to other parts of CNS or the corona radiata and internal capsule, and the projection fibers connecting the allocortex, that is archicortex and paleocortex, that is the subcortical centers, to other parts, or fimbria and fornix. The most important among the projection fibers are the internal capsule and fornix. So in this video we discussed what is white matter, the classification of white matter along with examples. In subsequent two videos I will be discussing two important white matter of cerebrum. The one is corpus callosum and the other is internal capsule. So for more videos, keep the channel subscribe. Until we meet in another video, thanks for watching.